on Nigeria, just wanted to ask you, do you envisage U.S. boots on the ground?
Could be. I mean, a lot of things I envisage, a lot of things. They're killing record numbers of Christians in Nigeria, that part of the world, very bad. They're killing the Christians. They're killing them in very large numbers. We're not going to allow that to happen.
President Trump not ruling out sending U.S. troops to Nigeria as thousands of Christians are brutally massacred by Islamic terrorists.
Trump's support earning rare praise from rapper Nicki Minaj, who thanked him in a public post for, quote, taking this seriously.
U.S. Ambassador to the UN, Michael Waltz, followed up with an invite to the embassy to discuss the issue, to which Minaj said she would be honored. Ambassador Michael Waltz joins us now. Ambassador, thank you so much for being here.
Yeah, thanks.
For people who aren't aware, we're all hearing about the killings of Christians in Nigeria. How bad of a problem is it? Tell us what's happening.
Oh, it's a horrendous problem, and you have to give President Trump a lot of credit. He's been on this religious freedom issue for quite some time. In fact, he was the first head of state, the first president ever to host an international religious freedom conference at the United Nations back in 2019. He designated then Nigeria as a country of particular concern. Guess what? The Biden administration lifted it. And what you have is a terrorist organization, particularly in the north in Nigeria, Boko Haram, that is literally burning churches, massacring people, torturing people, running them out of their homes to the tunes of tens, if not hundreds of thousands. And so President Trump put a spotlight on it. And, you know, really, kudos and thanks to someone like Nicki Minaj as a Christian, but as someone with the following that she has, and with a lot of followers who may not be paying attention to these kinds of issues, to kind of double down. It's a collaboration I don't know that I would have foreseen over the weekend.
Right.
Yeah.
But how about, here's some of these stats. They kind of blow you away. The Christians persecuted in Nigeria. How about 18,000 churches burned since 2009, 50,000 killed since that same year, 5 million displaced, 7,000 killed in 2025. This is raging right now. How can you gauge what are the possible retribution? What could you actually do to stop this?
Well, I served in Nigeria when in my Special Forces unit in 2015. We provided them training. We were training their Navy SEALs on how to get after Boko Haram. We provide them arms and other types of security assistance.
You helped rescue those ladies, the girls.
Remember the girls, the 300 girls, and Ainsley, it is just heartbreaking and disgusting. The vast majority were sold as sex slaves and brides into these Islamist organizations like Boko Haram and ISIS. So we work a lot with the Nigerians, and what the president is saying is, I'm not going to put this as a back burner issue. This is an upfront issue, and Nigeria, you need to take it more seriously. Look, I mean, they've been fighting these insurgents, but it's been kind of up and down over the years. And again, when you have the Biden administration come in and say, this isn't important, we're going to lift that designation. Remember when they did that with the Houthis? You know, Trump says they're terrorists, and Biden says no, they're not, and and then they're out of control.
But why isn't there any moral clarity from the United Nations? You know, we don't see that when the Jews are being attacked. We don't see it when the Christians are being attacked. This is what they're supposed to be doing.
Only when the Palestinians are attacked.
Yeah, right. Well, by the way, Brian, where are all the protests on the streets and in our universities and elsewhere when you have hundreds of thousands of Christians? I'll get to that point, but just on the Christian persecution, 78 countries, 330 million Christians being persecuted around the world. It is the most persecuted religion across the Middle East and Africa and elsewhere. And to your point, relative silence from the international community. It is in the UN Charter as a basic human right. It's one of the things that Nicki Minaj is going to come over, and we're going to have her talk to the UN, talk to our experts, and actually hear from some of these pastors and others that have been so horribly persecuted. And I really welcome her engagement and her spotlight.
What caused her engagement?
Well, I think, one, it was President Trump only he can put a spotlight like he can on these issues. We're going kind of back and forth now. I'm not sure what actually got her to focus on this.
You're about to find out.
I'm about to find out, and stay tuned. And as a Christian, I'm just thrilled that she's staying engaged.
I am too. I love that she's doing this. I hope other celebrities do too. Thank you so much,
Can't wait to see
Ambassador.
the Nigerians' response too.
Yeah.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.